Minecraft 1.20 is an extremely expensive exploration experience, which means if you want to find all of the features, you'll need to travel all across your world. However, when you start a new world and you pick a seed, you have a head start, so if you're smart, you should be asking, do you want a seed which gives you the best of 1.20 all in one place? In fact, I'm not just going to give you one seed today, here are 5 of them, starting with one which is built into Minecraft itself. A fair number of people are confused by this templates option, where you can pick seed templates that Minecraft to pick themselves, including this one for a spooky mansion. And this seed doesn't just spawn you near a woodland mansion, it spawns you literally on top of one, which is incredible enough by itself, but you might know there's a new reason that you want to spawn specifically on top of these, and if I break down on top of this, you'll see exactly what it is. Here is a brand new chest. Oh, there's meant to be a chest here. Oh, there is a brand new chest. And if we go inside of it, what do we find? The Vex armor trim and a diamond hoe. There's something else incredible that you can find on this seed. So incredibly rare, you genuinely might not know it exists. And if you wait till the end of the video, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Because we're going to have to go into something a bit more generalized than just a Vex trim and a diamond hoe now. And so this is an incredible starter seed for 1.20. And let me show you how I came to that conclusion. I figured there are 3 major branches of 1.20 that you would need in a brand new world if you're exploring today. One of these is bamboo, it has a whole new wood type. The other is cherry, which has a competing wood type alongside the whole biome that comes with it. And the third is a desert, because 3 different types of archaeology can be done there, or 2 different types of archaeology and a camel. You know, he might as well be a piece of archaeology for how useful he is to the modern day. Anyway, so you spawn in a jungle on this seed, right next to some bamboo you probably noticed, and indeed right next to something which will give you some feed. But then you can take this just a little bit to either the positive direction or the negative direction, and you'll find a huge cherry grove biome near, or a pretty big desert here. And the way I found this seed was just going on Chunkbase, typing in random seeds until I found one which had these 3 biomes all super close to spawn. They are quite unlike each other. I mean, this is an incredibly warm biome, that's a temperate biome, and then we've got the cold biome of the cherry grove, but mixing all 3 is great. And even better, if you want to go back a little bit for this update, is you can find a one of these ruined portals which has 4 obsidian in the chest, a flint and steel, and basically just asks you to go straight to the nether, straight from the bat. If you would rather do archaeology first though, all you've got to do is climb just over this hill, and you'll find something better still. That's right, it's a giant desert containing desert wells, the desert temple, as you can see, and a desert village, which means a camel. Anyway, so yeah, this is a really nice basic seed. There is, for what it's worth, a jungle temple near the biome at spawn. It is, for what it's worth, a big enough cherry grove to settle down in, and it is, for what it's worth, a decent enough seed in all the other ways, but it has all 3 things that you'll definitely need if you just want something basic. But if you want something a little more hectic, then allow me to show you the first of 3 seeds which Cracked Magnet shared with me. If you're not already familiar, Cracked Magnet loves to dive into the code of what actually makes the seed algorithm do the things that it does, and so this one was just sent to me with the caption of like, yeah, this is a really bizarre one, was thinking of doing something with it, and it took me a while to work out what was happening. There were a couple of villagers near spawn, but the thing that really blew my mind was the fact that you can walk literally for 10 seconds, go up this slight hill, and then you'll find something you're probably not used to, a giant hole in the ground. Post 1.18, these have been possible, and they're incredibly cool, but get this right, this is a hole in the ground that will take you all the way down to an ancient city. However, this is also the generation point for a trail ruins, which means the most unlikely combination of structures has been found. This is a trail ruins floating directly above an ancient city. While you're doing your brushing, you might accidentally trigger the warden. You ever feel like, archaeology is not nerve-wracking enough? Then maybe this is the seed for you. It is covered in gravel, as well as obviously suspicious gravel, and then this part of it is even covered in skulk too. This is the weirdest combination of 2 structures, and if you want to take full advantage, then wow, is this a thing you can do. Obviously, there is also a full ancient city here, so all the normal stuff can be done, including, let's pray, oh yeah, some nice unbreaking free leggings, and some swift sneak, or indeed the new super rare armor trims. There's a couple of them, one's pretty rare, one's really rare, but yeah, you can get your hands on some really fun things here, and then immediately go up and do some archaeology too. By the way, if you think this ravine is incredible, and my god is it for having both an ancient city and a trail ruins in it, you might be interested to know that it keeps on going on past these aquifers, and then keeps on going down in this direction, being exposed to both the sky and the lava pits at the bottom of the world once more, which means that because it's at the top of a mountain, right? You must be able to do one of the highest natural jumps in Minecraft here, or indeed polar bears can too. Let me show you what it looks like. Oh no, he left the baby abandoned. I guess there's only one thing you can do when you see an abandoned child like this, right? I mean, the only fair, humane thing to do at this point is to obviously, yeah, there we go, problem solved. Anyway, so at this point, you could jump all the way from the top of the world at 97, right the way down to where the deep dark is at -42, and get your hands immediately on some diamonds if you wanted to. And I absolutely love that premise, by the way. If you ever want coordinates, they're found in the top left of the screen, because this is Bedrock and I play with coordinates on, which means when you use these seeds, you should find these exact same things. If you are going to try these out in Java, they will work for the terrain, but none of the structures will be here, so there'll be just a missing void right there. But you will still have the deep dark, and the diamonds, and the dungeons. I'm actually not so sure about the dungeons. They're technically a structure, but they work in really weird ways, where they don't even consistently generate on any platform. But still, you get all these things. Oh, this is a dungeon you can access from another cave, which is right at the surface. That's incredible too, huh? Oh, yeah, right over here, near those two villages from earlier. Wow, everything's linked, isn't it? So this next seed is one that looks incredible at first glance, but actually gets better the more you look. So first things first, you might have noticed the ruin portal and what looks to be an ocean ruin over there, but also you're right next to a lava pit for easy never access in more than one way. I think this is a really cool looking nether, this looks like the draw hit right here, right? It's a nether portal that's generated as kind of a floating island underneath the water, but look to the left and you'll see that, whoa, that ocean ruins is actually a trail ruins, the above ground type. It just happens to be below water. Didn't know that could happen. And then look further left and you'll see like, oh my god, look at the size of that ocean monument. In fact, if we go down, you can see not only is there this weird oxygen bubble above it, where you can see for some reason you can easily get in and out while still having access to air. This is a cave technically, but not an underwater one. But even weirder than this is the fact that yes, this thing goes all the way down. In fact, if you need some help, there's even some lava right here. But yeah, this is a very tall ocean monument, which is fun by itself, I would say. It won't necessarily help you with the update because ocean monuments are an important structure to find for the trims, but I'd say most people struggle with either the woodland mansion or if not, the jungle temple. The jungle temple is the one that gets everyone. However, this seed has one, and for some reason, it slightly floats. In fact, that's pretty cool, but what if I told you there was also a trail ruin right in front of it, so you could go in, try your archaeology luck, and then, I guess, try your archaeology luck, then go in for your trim luck. I love this combination of two things together, but just in case you want more, if you go in this direction, on the -Z, you'll find another ruin portal, which is kind of nice, I guess, but nowhere near as nice as this miniature cherry grove you'll see just at the end of the road. This is an absolutely wild seed, but do you remember the place where this whole thing started was I wanted to find the best seed for archaeology if your only interest was trail ruins. However, getting more than one of these to be near spawn proved to be very tricky. This is because Minecraft has minimum spacing between the trail ruins. They want them to be fairly far apart, and there's basically no way you can get around this, of course, besides something Crack Magnet did, which is take advantage of the fact that Minecraft sees each of the 4 grid quadrants as being entirely separate spaces. So positive X, positive X, positive X, negative Z, positive Z, positive Z, and so on and so on. Basically, every one of these 4 grid quadrants can have trail ruins and them not be considered too close to the other ones, and so how close can you get up to 4 trail ruins? Well, that's what this next seed proves. So this seed is already nice for people who are looking for a change. I think your Minecraft spawn really does set the tone for your world, and being in an entirely different one can lead to a different experience. If you're the sort of person who does like to go through seeds, this is a great way to have a different time, and of course you're here just for the new structure. You'll find literally at spawn, I mean, how many blocks did I go? 30 or something? Anyway, as you can see, there is a bunch of suspicious gravel right here, which you can immediately brush. I guess I say immediately, which you can immediately brush as soon as you get one of those, because that is the limiting factor on how fast you can do archaeology here. By the way, it is a full one of these structures. Like normal in the current update, there's a little bit of a gap between the top of the structure and the rest, but still, you can find a structure, you can dig down, and then you can head just 160 blocks away and do it again immediately. And, doing it once again might sound fun, but another time sounds even better, and yeah, you know where this is going. You can do this as many times as you like, lots and lots of these same Tiger Trail ruins for lots and lots of archaeology. By the time you've gone to 3 of these sites, you probably should have every single rare block and item you want from them, including that beautiful new disc. However, just in case you don't, here is a 4th one that you can find on your way to a ruin portal and indeed to a 2nd village next to spawn. That is really decent if you ask me, but you know what's even better? A fun visualization I want to show you of just how good each of these trail ruins are. They are very close to identical, but if you really are kind of struggling with like, what is the true size of one of these? Let's do a fun experiment and replace all of the blocks around the trail ruins with some glass. This gives you the fun kind of visualization of just how much there is in terms of gravel and excavation to be done, and also just how much of that is suspicious. You can see there are a fair few blocks that are easily visible from here, and if you want to see something fun, replace the stone in your world of glass, or presumably air is usually the go-to. You just have to use glass here, because if you use air, then the gravel floats down. It's a whole problem. But you know what isn't a whole problem? The fact that that was the 5th seed from the video. So hopefully between these 5 seeds, I've covered all of your 1.20 needs. However, there is a fun bonus to this video, because although I know most of you are interested in just the main parts of an update, some of you are weird collectors like me, and if you are, let me show you something that absolutely delighted me, because it is something which you could find before, you know, the efficiency cap. And there's also, oh, okay, a lever cap, efficiency 1. How did that even, okay, you know, I'm not gonna think about it. That actually changed in the most recent update. There is no longer such a thing as an efficiency cap. Allow me instead to show something incredible for which you probably want to go, because this is the thing I vaguely hinted at earlier when I said that the 1st seed had something more. By the way, that is I usually don't do the whole like, oh, watch till the end of the video. It's just, this is the sort of thing that I know only interests about 10 people, but for me, this is one of my favorite things to see. It's leather pants with efficiency. Look at this. You know, this is something which is impossible to craft by yourself, but if you want to have efficient trousers, this is the only way. If you want proof that this is definitely real, it will happen on basically any seed, by the way. If I try to make these myself by using the /enchant command, so @s and then efficiency, it physically won't give it to me. The selected enchantment can't be added to the target item. You can get yourself a pair of trousers which you can't even get in creative if you find a woodland mansion and you find one of these tree rooms. It's meant to be an axe in there. I have no idea how the axe has turned into a leather cap and then another piece of leather armor and now leather pants. But yeah, if you ever want to chop down a tree, clearly the thing that Minecraft is telling you is you've just got to use these pants, which have efficiency. Is it actually any faster than not using? I really have no idea. I feel like it might be though, right? Are these actually efficient trousers? I have no idea. I just really want to believe. So yeah, get your hands on them at any single woodland mansion you can find that is near, because I hope you will enjoy this video. If you did, like it, maybe consider subscribing. If you want to avoid the devastating effects of house fires, you might be interested to know that greater than 99% of these happen to people who aren't subscribed to the IBX Click at YouTube channel, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Okay, I've got to save myself from this. Gonna need efficiency trousers and a miracle to get me out of this. I didn't get a miracle. Goodbye.